Right. So let's look at the questions that were asked today, Aida. And even before that, I want to ask you some questions. Like, I know Sujit is familiar with that. अरू चाहिँ तिमीहरूलाई ऊ एसेमा कस्तो क्वेसन सोध्छ भनेर आर यु डु हेभ एनी आइडिया? Yes or no? Nobody speaks here. Why? Okay, I'll assume that you know it. Okay, let's come to this side of this part. Okay, so प्रेजेन्टेसनमा चाहिँ यो र यो क्वेसन थियो है. One was about the advantages and disadvantages of exploring the world. What discoveries have been made through exploration? Should humans continue to explore? यो 4 part question वाला थियो presentation. And for you, by the way, यो पनि पहिला सोधिसकेको question हो. I guess it was asked twice. And this one was also asked, I believe once or twice. I'm really not sure about that. But पहिला चाहिँ मैले देखिसकेको question है. यो क्याम्पिङको अस्ति भर्खर पनि recently सोधेको थिएँ. How much do you agree? I mean, cold and rainy मा camping गर्ने वाला कुरा है. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. यो थियो. And in case of describe image, stage 4 मा चाहिँ एउटा त्यो न्युज पेपर वाला पिक्चर छ नि, त्यो मैले चाहिँ ऱ्यान्डम रेफरेन्स स्टुडेन्टले पठाएको देखाइरहन्थेँ. मोर प्रपर पिक्चर चाहिँ छ, त्यो म पछि सेयर गर्छु हैन. बट यस, न्युज पेपर्स वाला क्वेसन थियो. अनि कतिवटा चाहिँ क्वेसन रिपिटेड थियो है, लाइक जस्तै हाउ अफन डु यु रिड न्युज पेपर, अनि यो पनि आर अल द न्युज अनलाइन रियल. What are the advantages and disadvantages of 24 hours live news? Something like these. अनि अर्कोमा चाहिँ सपिङको वाला थियो रे क्वेसन्सहरु. Do you like shopping? Mute your microphone, Shraddha. Thank you. Okay. So यो तीनटा थियो है सपिङकोमा चाहिँ. अरु पनि थियो होला क्वेसन, but yes, I got these 3. So tell me, which one do you want to discuss? Okay, if you are not telling, then I'll go with this one. Aita.
Yes, well.
Sujit said something.
As well, I need to tell something.
Yes,
So, yeah, can you start with the describe image?
describe image. Okay, you mean this describe image or the picture itself?
Picture itself, and later you can discuss on that follow-up question.
Okay, thank you so much for taking in the lead. Okay, I'll show you the picture, just a second. Student sent me that. Had sent me that. I don't know where she is. Pratima, yes. By the way, तर यो चाहिँ अलिकति सिमिलर पिक्चर भयो, बट यस्तो चाहिँ थिएन अरे ल. स्नो थियो. इट वाज स्नो देयर है. त्यो पहिलाकै पिक्चर थियो नि, त्योभन्दा अलिकति प्रपर रेफरेन्स चाहिँ यो भयो. ओके, तर म यही पिक्चरको आधारमा भन्छु ल. ओके, डेस्क्रिप्सनमा जाने भए लाइक आई अलवेज से इन्ट्रोडक्सनदेखि स्टार्ट गर्नु पर्यो अनि त्यसपछि यहाँ यसको ओभरअल कुराहरू चाहिँ डिस्क्राइब गर्नु पर्यो वी हेभ टु डिस्क्राइब दि ओभरअल थिङ्स नट स्पेसिफिक एलिमेन्टलाई फर्स्टमा डिस्क्राइब गर्ने होइन है जस्तै मैले यो पर्सनको क्लोदिङलाई फर्स्टमा डिस्कस गर्ने होइन डिस्क्राइब गर्ने होइन I have to talk about something general first, then go on to specific details. I can talk about the background, about weather, and I should speculate. I दुईटा चिज बिर्सिन नहुने one speculation अर्को चाहिँ personalization पिक्चरलाई आफूसँग जोड्ने ओके I guess I have done this similar kind of picture before as well, but yes, this will also be a reference for you guys. Okay, the picture that you have showed me, it's about a man who is standing in front of a newspaper shop. There are several things to be noted in this picture. To kick off, the man is staring at the newspaper stand. There are a lot of magazines plus newspapers out there. So it's a small shop where not only newspapers are there, but there are other items as well. I can see some I'm really not sure about that, but it seems like a cosmetic shop. There are some like cosmetic products out there. I may be wrong as well. I cannot see it properly. That's why I'm just making up these things. Okay, and it's a shop on the street. There are some people passing by as well. And if I'm not mistaken, then the man who is staring at these newspapers are thinking to buy one of them. He's just looking at like maybe the headlines or he's just searching for the name of the magazine. I guess that's a magazine stand. Okay, to talk about the person's appearance, he's wearing a blue colored shirt with brown pant, and he is also carrying a briefcase. It's not exactly a briefcase, but I would say handbag, a black colored handbag. And what a coincidence that I have a similar kind of bag where I keep my laptop. I usually carry it with me when I go to the office. And to talk about the shop, like in our country, Nepal, we have these kind of shops, but nowadays, like buying a newspaper is quite a rare thing out here because people consume their news through different social media sites and all. So, yes, this picture is about a man who is standing outside a newspaper shop. है त्यसरी जान सक्यो ल अलिकति लामो भयो मेरो चाहिँ एकदमै लामो भयो बिकज I believe the examiner would have interrupted me somewhere in the middle. Not in the middle, but ali end तिर. But I hope you learned something by my description. है पछि यो चेक गर्न सक्छौ फेरि. You can take some phrases, if I'm not mistaken, अथवा कुन कुन natural phrasesहरू थियो. You can just go through it, write some down, and make your own sentences using those phrases. And now let's go and discuss the follow-up questions. यसमध्ये कुनै चाहिँ we have already discussed before as well. तर है अनि in the classroom I am describing it for you, right? तिमीहरूलाई के फ्रेजेसहरू सिकोस् के भओस् भनेर घरमा चाहिँ आफूले पनि ट्राई आउट गर्नु पर्यो है अनि yes you can always send me some of your samples आफ्नो रेस्पोन्स रेकर्ड गरेर the best would be by recording ल पहिला लेख बरु यसो प्र्याक्टिसको लागि किनकि फर्स्टमै तिमीहरू फ्लुएन्ट नहुन सक्छौ अलिकति टाइम लाग्न सक्छ सोच्नलाई it might take you some time to think at first. However, with practice, it'll come naturally from you. त्यसको लागि फर्स्टमा चाहिँ लेख्ने गर अलिअलि अनि पछि चाहिँ भर्बली त्यो रेकर्डिङ चाहिँ यु क्यान सेन्ड मी आई विल इभ्यालुएट बट नट आई मिन आई क्यानट ग्यारेन्टी द्याट आई विल रिप्लाई अन टाइम बट आई विल रिप्लाई है पठाउँदा हुन्छ
newspaper.
Okay, so how often do you read newspaper? Read newspapers. So Neha, how often do you read newspapers? What about you, Mezita? Sujit, how often do you read newspapers? Okay, anyone can answer. You guys quite disappoint me by not speaking up. Hey, अब केही छ भने it's fine. Duty suit you when नभए त it's good to speak up in the classroom because when you speak, I can correct you if you make mistakes. Eh? If you don't make mistakes, that's totally fine. But if you are kind of person who makes mistakes, then I am here to correct you. Eh, म
I
तिमीहरूलाई
rarely,
okay, okay,
sir,
yes, very good. Okay, I.
I rarely read newspaper.
Mhm.
Rarely read newspaper. If I have a time, uh, I I use it once in a week.
I use
I
it.
read
I
it
read.
I read it once in a week.
Okay, okay, short, sweet, you have to extend a little bit further, but it's fine for now. I rarely read newspapers. If I have all time, हुँदैन ल. Time is uncountable thing. We cannot say all water. We can say a glass of water, तर all water हुँदैन नि. गर्न मिल्छ, water मिल्दैन. त्यस्तै time पनि it's uncountable. That's why we just use time ल, without an article.
I read it
Time,
every weekend.
I read it every week, every weekend.
Every weekend.
भन्न पायो. I rarely read newspapers if I have time. Yes, I really read newspapers. If I have time, I read. ए ला, if I have time भन्यो अनि I read it every weekend पनि भनिरहेछ है अलिकति.
Once in a weekend.
Hmm. I rarely read news. म rarely. तिमी साँच्चीकै एकछिन ल, सुजितले साँच्चीकै पत्रिका पढ्छौ?
कहिले
कहिले काहीँ, जहिले हप्ता हप्तामा, विकेन्डमा?
weekend.
विकेन्ड भने स्याटरडेतिर
Saturday,
पढिरहेको
Saturday.
पत्रिका? साँच्चीकै हो?
काठमाडौँ पोस्टहरू.
ए ओके ओके. हुन त there is no honesty check, like they are not trying to see if you are honest or not, but
Yeah,
at the same time
answer should be correct.
answer should be correct. तर यस्तो, यो मेरो सजेसन ल सबैजनालाई, if you say something that is true to you, it'll be help, I mean it'll be easier for you to expand your answers. अलि लामो तन्काउनु सजिलो हुन्छ नि त, किनकि भएकै कुरा भन्दा हुन्छ, it'll be easy. अब तिमीले यसमा अझै एड गर्न सक्यौ नि त है, त्यसो भए त.
Yeah, there is a newspaper called Kathmandu Post,
Oh yes,
which
there's a newspaper called Kathmandu Post.
Kathmandu Post, where I used to read it,
Used to फेरि used to भने त पहिला गर्थ्यो
where I
अहिले
read.
right? What do you read there?
When it comes nearby my home, in a shop, हुन्छ नि.
एकछिन, there's a newspaper called Kathmandu Post where I read where I read
No,
it.
the newspaper called Kathmandu Post,
Mhm.
where it comes once in a weekend nearby. nearby my when it comes once in
Okay.
a weekend in a
Mhm.
shop which is nearby my house.
When it comes once in a weekend, when it comes to a shop nearby my house.
न्युजपेपर त डेली पनि आउन सक्छ नि होइन?
Mm,
तर वान्स इन अ विक पनि आउन सक्छ नि त।
mm.
त्यसरी भन्न खोजेको मैले चाहिँ अलिकति एक्सटेन्ड गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो पनि भन्न पायो।
अँ, यो तिमी एक हप्तामा एकचोटि गएर तिम्रो घर नजिकको पसलमा गएर पढ्छौ?
अँ भन्न पाइयो नि।
छ भन्न त पाइयो, नभए पनि भन्न त पाइयो। यस, ओके, लेट्स रिड दिस है। Okay. I rarely read newspapers. I read it every weekend. There's a newspaper called Kathmandu Post. When it comes once in a weekend, where it comes to a shop nearby my house. If I said it correctly, if you said the same thing, you अलिकति understandable चाहिँ छैन, I suppose, है. There's a newspaper called Kathmandu Post. When it comes once in a weekend, where it comes to a shop nearby my house. I It's understandable what you mean to say, but it's not clear. Your sentence नै मिलेन नि. एक त रिपिटेटिभ छ हेर, आई रिड इट every once in a weekend, but कुरा चाहिँ डिफ्रेन्ट हो. When it comes once in a weekend, where it comes, अलिक क्ल्यारिटी छैन. You can simply say, I rarely read newspapers. I read it every weekend. Actually, there's a shop nearby my house, and I go there to read it every weekend. Like every Saturday, I go there and read the newspaper called Kathmandu Post. यो मैले लास्ट टाइम भनेको अलिकति क्ल्यारिटी छ नि भन्न खोजेकोमा. You can just put your sentences like that. And if this question was asked to me, what I would say is, how often do you read newspapers? भनेर मलाई सोधा भए examinerले, I would have said, actually, I don't read newspapers at all. I don't really remember when I last time read a newspaper. I guess it was during my childhood, I guess, when I was in the grade 4 or 5. After that, I don't remember reading it because with the advancement of internet and all, everything got online, and I started consuming everything through different social sites, and news is also one of them. I get my news from social media. If it was me. Are all the news found online real? What do you think, Arati? Do you think everything that you read online is real?
No, sir. I didn't think that all the news found online are real.
Uh-huh. एक सेकेन्ड ल, मैले आरतीलाई एकछिन इन्टरप्ट गरेँ. नो, आई डिन्ट थिङ्क द्याट भन्न पाएन. आई डिन्ट भनेको मैले यस्तो, यो नेपालीमा भन्दा के छ, मैले त्यस्तो सोचेको थिइनँ भनिरहेको छौ है तिमीले. आई डिन्ट भने त थिएन, पास्टको कुरा गर्छ नि. तर तिमीले
हजुर.
म सोच्दिनँ भन्न त आई डोन्ट थिङ्क द्याट भन्नु पऱ्यो नि है. नो, आई डोन्ट थिङ्क द्याट.
Okay.
All news found online is real. No, I don't think it's real. No, I don't believe it's real. अथवा अझ हामीले त यसरी भन्छौँ ल, आई थिङ्क होइन, एज फार एज आई क्यान टेल. एज फार एज आई क्यान टेल, एज फार एज आई क्यान टेल भन्ने, आई बिलिभ, यो भनेको आई थिङ्कलाई अलि लामो फ्रेजमा भने हो ल. आई बिलिभ इट्स नट रियल. सो वाइ डु यु थिङ्क सो, आरती?
Because some online news portal makes fake news for money or views.
Okay, nice. Okay. Some online sites. You said make fake news, right? You said.
Oh, yes.
है अब मेक भन्दा अलि प्रपर चाहिँ क्रिएट हुन्छ है अझ अस्ति हामीले वर्ड भनेको थिएँ मैले कुकुरले चाहिँ याद गरेछ फ्याब्रिकेट पनि भनेको थिएँ फ्याब्रिकेट भने बनाउनु है लाइक बुन्नु तर यु क्यान युज इन कसैले केही कथा बनायो कुरा बनायोलाई चाहिँ फ्याब्रिकेट भन्न त्यो केसमा चाहिँ युज गर्न मिल्छ क्युरेट पनि भन्न मिल्छ है साइट्स क्रिएट or fabricate fake news for views
Views and money.
and money. Right. This is fine. You can even add more things as well. But for now, yes, short and sweet. As far as I can tell, I believe it's not real.
For real news, we have
Tell me, okay, for
for
real.
real news we can take some के भन्छ
Authentic
के
sites.
भन्छ भन्ने अनि
Authentic,
अँ
authentic sites. Authentic or popular sites भन्ने हुन्छ ल चलेको अथवा अथेन्टिक भने रियल टाइपको अब यदि मलाई यही क्वेसन सोधा म तिमीहरूलाई स्याम्पल आन्सर है ओके आर अल द न्युज फाउन्ड अनलाइन रियल I'm afraid I don't think so. I don't think like that. यो चाहिँ नो भन्ने एउटा वे हो है I'm afraid यो I'm afraid भने म डराएँ भन्न खोजेको होइन ल It's a kind of saying no I'm afraid not भन्न मिल्छ है यो केही चिजलाई डिनाई गरिराख्दाखेरि you can use I mean you can say in that manner I'm afraid I don't think like that because like there are numerous sites and many like numerous some भनेको छ many there are numerous sites which just make fakes which just makes things up which just makes things up to make thing up भनेको to create something है like false यसो बनाएको कुरालाई which just makes things up there are some sites which just make things up हुन्छ फेरि sites भने हुन्छ there are numerous sites which just make things up in order to get views अब फरलाई इन अर्डर है अलिकति चेन्ज गरेर भने इन अर्डर टु गेट भ्युज एन्ड मनी वाट आर द एडभान्टेजेस एन्ड डिसएडभान्टेजेस अफ 24 आवर्स लाइभ न्युज रे यस्तो क्वेसन सोधेको थियो भन्दै थियो होला यो चाहिँ अस्ति सोधेको थिएन यो नयाँ क्वेसन भयो सरू वाट डु यु थिङ्क आर द एडभान्टेजेस
The advantages of 24-hour live news is first of all, we can get the authentic fresh news from the television. Uh, and it also help us to get updated.
updated
uh, updated. It also helps us to get updated in for current situation. In current situation,
About the current situation.
about current, yes.
Oh, funny. Okay. So sorry, है one tip for you है कुरालाई थोरै उत्यो गर्ने है थोरै एक्सप्लेन गर्ने not that much but अलिकति explanation because you are quite competitive candidate for me at least है त्यही भएर अलिकति एक्सटेन्ड गरेर बोल्नु पर्यो है झन् तिमीले अझ द एडभान्टेजेस अफ 24 आवर्स लाइभ न्युज इज भनेर भन्दैछ एडभान्टेजेस भनेपछि त इज भएन नि त है एडभान्टेजेस आर जानु पर्यो है
Yes.
फर्स्ट अफ अल भन्यो द्याट्स अ गुड कनेक्टिभ टु युज अथवा इफ यु वान्ट टु चेन्ज इट अरू क्वेसनको लागि जस्ट यु क्यान से टु किक अफ है अझ है अर फर स्टार्टर्स पनि भन्नु मिल्छ ल
Okay, sir.
है यु हेभ टु से द्याट भने होइन अरू आन्सरको लागि भेरिएसन हुने भयो है टु किक अफ अर फर स्टार्टर्स भनेको फर्स्ट अफ अल भनेको जस्तो है वी क्यान गेट अथेन्टिक न्युज फ्रम दि टेलिभिजन भनेर भन्यो अब अथेन्टिक न्युज कसरी लाइभ न्युज यो दुइटालाई थोरै कनेक्ट मात्रै गरिदियो क्या भन्नाले अलिकति क्लियरै छ यो स्टिल है जस्तै बिकज नो वान क्यान edit the news on real time त्यो भने हुँदा हुँदै भन्न खोजे है अन रियल टाइम भनेको अन रियल टाइम सो लाइभ न्युज आर always genuine त्यही कुरालाई थोरै मात्र एक्सप्लेन के अलिकति एक स्टेटमेन्टमा भयो भने चाहिँ इट विल हेल्प यु बुस्ट अप युर स्कोर है एन्डको सट्टा चाहिँ हामीसँग छ नि अन टप अफ द्याट भन्न सक्छौ बिसाइड्स इट अल्सो भन्न सक्यो नि अथवा तिमीहरूलाई अर्को फ्रेज ल वाट्स मोर भनेर पनि भन्न सक्छौ वाट्स मोर इट अल्सो हेल्प्स अस टु गेट अपडेटेड helps us to get updated of the current situation or updated about the current situation. How do you know if any news is fake or not? Who is this I? How do you know if your news is fake or not? Or real or not, sorry. Okay. I will give you my answer. It will be a reference for you guys. If I were asked this question, so how do you know if any news is real or not? I guess it's easy to tell. I mean, it's easy to distinguish real and fake news. If like the video, if the video content seems like it's edited, like there are some elements which can be clearly seen it's edited, and then I want to take that back. My अर्को भन्छ है I went other way. त्यस्तो तिमीहरूलाई बिचमा भयो भने you can say I want to take that back. Let me start all over again. यस्तो phrase use गर्न सक्छौ ल. So how do you know if any news is real or not? I only get my news from authentic sources. Like in Nepal, there is a page called Routine of Nepal Banda, and I only follow that for getting my news. Other than that, I don't follow other content. I don't really believe unless it's any popular news site or popular channels like Kantipur Himalayan Times and so forth, I regard all other sites as not so authentic compared to routine of Nepal Banda or some popular news sites, newspapers or news channels भनेर यसरी भन्नुहुन्थे अथवा अरूलाई it's really hard to tell if a news is real or not. We have to check the news if it's published elsewhere or not. If it is not, then probably that's a fake news. That also might be someone's case, eh? Negative impact of fake news. So there are a lot of negative impacts, or there are numerous, or there are several negative impacts of fake news. One is it can cause dispute among people. It has happened a lot of times in Nepal, like politicians fake news comes out and people who follow that political party will have dispute among each other. So yes, that can happen. Another thing is people will get misinformation because of fake news. Like a fake news regarding something will be circulated among the public and they will be believing something fake. So that can happen. And there can be a lot of other consequences as well. भनेर यसरी एन्ड गर्न सक्छौ है बाइ द वे ल यो आन्सर्सहरू सम अफ द आन्सर यसो सुनेर फ्रेजहरू कुन कुन लिन सक्छौ अहिले मैले टाइप गरिरहेको छैन द्याट्स फाइन शपिङको चाहिँ एकदम बेसिक छ है डु यु लाइक शपिङ इज देयर एनिथिङ यु डोन्ट लाइक टु सप यो चाहिँ के चिज चाहिँ किन्न मन पर्दैन यु क्यान टक अबाउट एनिथिङ है इट क्यान टक अबाउट अ पर्टिकुलर आइटम मलाई यो सामान किन्न पठाउँदा मन पर्दैन अथवा अ पर्टिकुलर क्याटेगोरी यु क्यान टक अबाउट क्लोदिङ ग्रोसरिज यसरी ठुलो क्याटेगोरीमा कुरा गरे नि हुन्छ अथवा एउटा स्पेसिफिक सामान जस्तै whenever my dad asks me to like go and get a bottle of alcohol from the shop, I don't like shopping it. हुन्छ कि त्यो पर्टिकुलर आइटम हो कि पर्टिकुलर बिग थिङ्स लाइक honestly speaking, I don't like to shop groceries because there are a list of items I have to buy and I have to like, especially the vegetables, I have to pick the vegetables which are good among others which are not like rotten. So that's quite hectic. I find that burdensome. Burdensome, hectic भने hectic भने टाउको दुख्नेवाला like troubling. Same burdensome भने नि बोझ जस्तो भन्नु खोजेँ क्या burden भने बोझ burdensome भने something like that. Similar thing है त्यस्तो पनि हुन सक्छ or कसैलाई त त्यस्तो केही छैन नि okay I never thought about this. I mean I don't think there's anything that I don't like to shop. I just love shopping. Be it यस्तो यो फ्रेज युज गर्न सक्छ ल बी इट भने लुगा भए पनि यो भए पनि वेदर इट इज भने जस्तो हो ल बी इट क्लोदिङ ग्रोसरिज फुड एनिथिङ यसरी बी इट भन्ने वर्ड यो फ्रेज युज गर्न सक्छौ है Suppose I like everything about my hometown, be it its surroundings, the facilities, the people, everything. यसरी भन्न सक्छौ ल That is another phrase. Last ko त it's quite, I believe it's easy. What are the advantages of going for shopping with your family? यसरी स्टार्ट गर्न सक्छौ ल एडभान्टेजेस जुनसुकै एडभान्टेज बेनिफिट प्रब्लम्स यस्तो वाला क्वेसन सोध्यो भने चाहिँ out of all the advantages of going for shopping with our family, one of the most important one is, or one of the obvious advantage is blah 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 blah. यसरी भन्न सक्छौ ल अथवा सिम्पली यतिकै भन्दै नै हुन्छ what are the advantages of going for shopping with your family? So one of the advantages of going with family is we don't have to pay for stuff. Like if we are going shopping alone, then we have to pay for the things. But if you are going with the family, sometimes mother will pay or other times father will pay for it. And another thing is like it's a fun experience because when we go out shopping with our family, we go to a restaurant, have food, we just have fun around, we choose the stuff. It's quite fun. अब त्यस्तो पनि हुन सक्छ है, अरू पनि हुन सक्यो like we can talk about um, it will be it's easy to shop. I mean, it is time saving to go for shopping with our family because we can distribute the things that we need to buy. For example, we can send one person, one family member to the grocery section where they will be buying groceries. Other members will go to buy clothing. Like that, it'll be less time consuming. त्यो पनि हुन सक्यो. Other there might be others as well. अरू के हुन सक्छ भन्न त? फ्यामिलीसँग सपिङ जाँदाखेरि फाइदा.
डिसिजन गर्न सजिलो हुन्छ
Okay, it's easy to decide what things to buy because we have the other person. We can ask. अब तिमीले आफ्नो example दिन सक्छौ है. For example, whenever I go to buy clothes with my sister, then she decides it for me, like clothes. I ask her which one suits me the best, and she gives me a suggestion. हो त्यो पनि कुरा गर्न सक्छ. यसो यही थियो है क्वेसनहरू चाहिँ. अनि प्रेजेन्टेसनको चाहिँ माथि छ, यो आफूले ट्राई गर, बरु मलाई रेस्पोन्स सेन्ड गर. यो दुईटा थियो. त्यति डिफिकल्ट क्वेसन होइन. यु क्यान ट्राई दिज क्वेसन्स आउट है. And we'll meet tomorrow. Okay, any question you have? If not, then
सर
I'll
एक्सप्लोरिङ द वर्ल्ड भनेको के हो
हजुर
घुम्ने
एक्सप्लोरेसन. घुम्ने अझ इन अ सेन्स यो एक्सप्लोर भनेर चाहिँ केही चिजको डिप भित्र जाने पनि हो है. एक्सप्लोरिङ द वर्ल्ड यो चाहिँ सपोज कहाँ कहाँ पार्टमा गइरहेछ नि मान्छेहरू. सपोज मेबी अन्डर द सी है, कस्तो कस्तो माउन्टेनस रिजनहरूमा. नट रियली फर इन्टरटेनमेन्ट पर्पज बट यस गोइङ थ्रु द प्लेसेस. अनि के डिस्कभरी भएको छ अनि कन्टिन्यू गर्नुपर्छ भनेर चाहिँ जस्ट चेक दिस क्वेसन आउट एन्ड सेन्ड इट टु मी. ल, see you.